it when she said likes don't equate to dollar signs. The name of this panel is Securing the Bag, right?
2017.
My bag now, with my bag now. But so we're going to introduce our first panelist. So we have Miss Janae Copeland. Let's give her a round of applause. She is beautiful red.
Well, come through.
So Janae Copeland is a graduate of Howard University. We are deep in here today, representing a graduate of Howard University who currently works as a talent producer for VH1. She has, people are like, ooh, they like that. Okay, so okay, I'll talk to her after. I'm trying to do my best up here for you. So Janae Copeland is a graduate of the one and only Becca, who currently works as a talent producer for VH1. She has a background in multimedia production, communications, and public relations, with extensive experience in digital and print marketing. Janae began her career as a production assistant at NBC, working her way up through the ranks of Daytime Talk. In 2015, she relocated to the ATL to Atlanta to work as an associate producer for the Daytime Court Show. Her work there helped to earn the show its first Emmy nomination. That's pretty big. We gotta clap for that. During her career, Janae worked as an event and production for WWE, Corporation, PBS, and Google. In addition to working in television production, Janae also works as a freelance PR account manager. Our panelist is Janae. H-U? You know. There we go. So our next panelist for this afternoon is Bianca Kerselius. She has a very unique last name, Kerselius. Ms. Kerselius is a DC native, so thank you for letting us in your house. A DC native who is passionate about event planning and women empowerment. She has fans out here. She sells associate at Risk Boutique and brand manager for SX Liquors and an event planner for elegant and special occasions. Her energy and positive attitude led her to many accomplishments, both academically and professionally. She has assisted with planning events such as award ceremonies for nonprofits, annual conferences, and wedding receptions. She's also published articles in the Southwestern newspaper and helped raise $20,000. That's huge. Clap it up for that. $20,000 for the Southwest Neighborhood Assembly Scholarship Fund through donation letters in 2015. So these are our panelists for this section, and we're going to jump right into it as we always do. Incorporate those squats. Y'all heard about the squats we did? Okay. So let's jump right into it. Of course, this is a panel about education and professional development. And so, jumping right into it, should you keep social and political views off of social media?
My opinion on that, as far as social and political views on social media, I think if it's in your industry, if it's what you do for work, of course that's what you're going to put out there. But just be ready to respect other people's opinions, be respectful of all that have a comment, and be ready for the comments. Be ready for people to back you up, but be ready for people to go against you and have something nice to say as well. You know, keep it professional at all times, especially because we're looking, people are always watching what you're putting on social media. So just be mindful of what you put out there. Me personally, I stray away from that, but this is a new age. You want to put your opinion out there. People want to hear our opinions, especially our opinions. They want to hear it. It's important. Our voice matters. So put it out there, but just be respectful. Keep it in moderation and be appropriate.
For me, I would honestly have to agree with Janae. I feel like it depends on your industry, and of course, use it, versus your own personal discretion. Of course, force your own opinions, but be mindful and respectful of others. And we do have the First Amendment rights, so we do have our own freedom of speech. However, if you feel a little skeptical before professional and be thought of in a diligent manner and keeping it strictly professional. So I think it honestly depends on your industry, but you still do have the right to do so. I would just use it, based on your own personal discretion.
And just to add, I also know people like to want to go viral and want to be talked about online, but it's not as great as it seems. You have to live with that, what you put out there. So just be mindful of that. I know we all want to go viral and but it's just not worth it all the time. Don't put things out there just to be polarizing and just to get attention.
So if going into professionalism, so a lot of times people might often create two accounts. So you have two social media accounts. I'm going to post what I really think, and then I'm going to post what I think will get me high. So how do you think that you can find a balance, or do you think that it is possible to find a balance in, say, just having one account, or how do you believe that process works best?
I think you could definitely be balancing. I'm a blogger. I've had like 3 blogs at one point. Some were for strictly academic purposes and projects, but I do have a professional, I guess you would consider it professional, but I just do my own personal writing and therapeutic healing on one of my blogs. So it definitely is capable of being balanced. And based on your industry, once again, you can also have multiple accounts. Like for me, I was honestly contemplating on creating another IG page just strictly for my own personal lives, whether if I want to showcase, okay, I just decorated this wedding, let me put up some pictures for that, I just designed this fashion show, let me post some pictures for that. It's all about branding yourself, so if you feel the need to have multiple accounts, then go for it. But if not, then just stick with however many you have.
The internet and Google in particular can be unforgiving. So I would always say, even if you have a second account, they're going to trace it. They're going to find it. It's going to trace back to you. Maybe it's a common number. It's your email, whatever it is, they're going to find you. So I would suggest in the beginning, in the early stages of your career, keep one account, keep it appropriate until you're at the point where your money is straight, your accounts are straight, you don't need anything from anyone, which I don't think we ever get to that point. I would keep it appropriate. Why live a double life? That's a lot of work. It's just too much. What else do you need to? If you have a work page, fine. You have personal, but still keep it consistent with being appropriate. And don't put anything out there that you don't want out there or you want traced back. Because I know we all have those MySpaces from 10 years ago. And even myself, I Google myself and I see some really strange things.
Pictures with digital cameras.
Honey, it wasn't, so just be careful and just be careful what you post.
Okay. Actually, going into that, so say you do present yourself in a great manner, these are things that should be acceptable for businesses and companies, and you really do believe that you're putting your best foot forward. However, when that opportunity, when you get there, you don't get an opportunity, and you're really confused of how that happens. So how do you, or what would you say to someone who literally, they think, this is what I need this job, and I can't do it, this is all I want. What would you say to a person like that?
It kind of sounds like you're kind of coinciding with like being rejected in a sense.
Rejection.
Okay.
Exactly. Yes.
For me, in the past, because I've been through some things. In the past, I would take
Some things. Okay.
I am very detail oriented, so I would always take things to heart and over criticize myself. And I think a lot of people tend to do that. Understand that everything in life is not necessarily meant for you in that point in time, but being patient and knowing that God has control over your life and that He already has your plan set in stone for you, and being patient. I think that's very key to being able to accept rejection, not to criticize yourself, but to better prepare you for future and further opportunities.
Good answer.
Thank you.
I totally agree with that. Like she said, everything is in God's hands. As well as one of my favorite quotes is, what's for you is for you. So if something is for you, if that job is for you, you're going to get it. If that promotion was for you, you're going to get it. What is for you is for you. And at the end of the day, rejection is a lesson. There's a lesson in everything. And so within that rejection, learn from it. Take away something from that and rebuild. When I'm rejected, I feel like, ooh, I'm going to kill it next time. I'm going to kill it. You just got to really talk to yourself, encourage yourself, and keep trying. You know, if the old school saying, if first you don't succeed, you try again. But it lasts throughout your life.
Song too.
Yeah,
Okay, so yeah.
So even with that, so where was the moment, or what was your first big breakthrough when you bounced back from rejection or things like that? What was your individual first breakthroughs in your current industries?
First breakthrough.
First breakthrough. You got your first major opportunity.
Maury.
That set you in the path you're on.
I would say when I graduated from Howard University in 2012, I was an English and history major, and now I work in TV. So that was not on my path at all. I didn't imagine working in TV. I didn't imagine being a producer. But God has a way. I was working at a gym at my house. In my hometown after graduating school. I was depressed, like they said on that first panel. I was so depressed about not making it. I thought when I left Howard, money would be just falling out the sky, like job offers would just be coming in, and it wasn't like that. I was really depressed. So I was working at a gym, and it just so happened my friend, she's a great friend, she put on Instagram looking for someone for help at this gym. I'm like, whatever, I'm on it, I'll just go. I started working at that gym. It's a UFC gym, but ironically, it was right across the street from NBC Studios. And as people would come in, maybe the gym was not my path in life, and it's definitely not something that I see me doing long term. I don't even eat healthy or exercise, so I really just working. Now I will, obviously, but I didn't do much at all. So women would come in to the gym from NBC, and I would talk to them, and I did my best at my job. I tried to be the best at my job. I would always greet everyone. I would always be professional. Always ask if they need help, and I just did my job to 200%. Gave my all to my job. And for some reason, these women took note. So they would come in, they were like, Janae, what else do you want to do? Like, do you want to work in TV? We think you'd be great at our office. We think you'd be great for this show. And not one, but two of these women that worked at NBC came up to me and they were like, you should really send your application, send your resume. So I followed up, which you always should. I followed up, I sent my resume, I called, seeing what was going on, and I had an interview. And the first interview was for a show called The Trisha Show, which now is canceled, but I had my first big interview, and it was, I couldn't be more happy. Like, I ran to Target, because they just called me out of nowhere. I ran to Target, bought a dress, bought an outfit. I'm like, I gotta make this work. I just had to make it happen. Ironically, I didn't get the job. But like I said, what is for you is for you. I didn't get the job at Trisha, but a few months later, someone else said, well, Maury's hiring. Just reapply, come back down there and interview again. And I was nervous, I was hesitant. I'm like, they're not feeling me. Like, I just don't have it. I don't have what it takes. And I went, I got the job, and that was my first big break. I didn't give up. I didn't let that deter me that I didn't get it the first time, and it happened for me. And then it's weird because the show ended up being canceled. So had I got that first job, I would have been out of the job months later. So it just all works out.
It sounds like, too, also the ability to adapt, because I think that a lot of us at Howard, we graduate, I know I will be a rising senior, and we really do have to take the time to find who we are in order to combat the depression, because it really is tough to not understand who you are, because how can you immerse yourself in other things without knowing yourself first, and then being able to give your all in whatever you do. So that's huge, that's huge.
Sometimes, I know as Howard students, we focus so much on the hustle of getting it, trying to make it, trying to get where we're trying to go. But you have to take the time to take care of yourself, to learn yourself. In the last 5 years, I've learned so much about myself and grown so much as a person. I've grown from the person I was yesterday. So it's a beautiful thing and it's a beautiful process. Just learning from your mistakes and looking back at life and seeing where you've come from.
For me, I kind of have two breakthroughs, and I'm going to try my best to summarize both of these two stories. So last year, graduated from Penn State, coming home, I'm hyped, ready to celebrate, turn up, all that good stuff. So towards the end of May, I realized, okay, Bianca, like it's time to get to work. And the job that I had, it was a typical, just a simple administrative recruiting job. Had no idea what I was doing at all. I just took it because my mindset was just all wrong priority-wise. my instinct was, as long as I have money, I'm okay. Don't let money deteriorate your worth and what you can do with your future. So with that being said, I'm working this recruiter job, and I'm just like, I hate this, I don't like this, my boss is micromanaging me, I can't stand it, I need to go. So towards July of last year, I got in contact with the Vice President of Sales of Essex Liquors, which I'm still a brand assistant for, and his name is Scott Folkens, and I met him a year prior to last July, so basically like 2015. I hit him up and I told him what I wanted to do was basically like event planning, brand assistant, basically, help you in any way that you can help me in return. So ironically, at the time that I first met him, I was only 20. Known to work in the alcohol industry, of course you have to be legal age 21. So since I was 21, I basically informed him, I hate my job, do you have anything for me? And he actually kept me in mind, was waiting for me to turn 21 so he could bring me on board to the team, and that was how I basically became the brand assistant. And ironically, with that job, I've been able to travel, I've been able to meet Trey Songz on multiple occasions, and for just with that alone, what can I say about that? Keeping connections is very important, and being able to, prove your worth and stay dedicated and persistent, that will potentially lead you to some gigantic breakthroughs. And another breakthrough that I've had recently is being able to work with the Council on Social Work of Education. That was the longest job that I've had since graduation, because I was there for 6 months. But originally when I was hired as an events assistant with that particular job, I was only hired for 2 months. They had an annual conference in Atlanta. I've never been to Atlanta before until that conference. And it was huge. They had over 2,000 participants. They had professors within the social work field, students of attendance. It was gigantic. So going into that and knowing that, wow, this is like the first time I'll actually be able to do something which I love, which is event planning, and being able to, show my worth, show my work ethic, and stay persistent and dedicated, I was able to turn that 2-month contract into a 6-month contract. So they saw me, they noticed that, she was like really good at this. Can we keep her for like a few more months? And of course, they paid me for the overtime and all of that good stuff. So being able to, just know what you want to do, make those connections, and staying persistent and being able to showcase what you can do to better off, future and further opportunities, I would definitely take heed into that. So those are my 2 breakthroughs that I have.
That's excellent. And really there was a connection too there, because you both emphasized the importance of giving your all. Whether you're at the end point, your ultimate goal, or you're not there yet, still very important to give your all. And honestly, I think this is a section that people really might have a lot of questions about. So let's open it up to questions from the audience about, asking these ladies, these queens, about anything in this field. Anybody have a question? Reagan. Yes.
Hello. Thank you, first of all, to the panelists. I have a quick question. Janae, you do freelance PR, and we all do plan events. How do you build your credibility and remain unique in your individual fields? Oh, I said you do freelance PR, correct? PR, yeah. So how do you build your credibility amongst your clients and maintain uniqueness?
Consistency. Be consistent. Have a sense of urgency. Because a lot of companies, they source out other people. They get proposals from other people. Have the best. Be the fastest. Be on time. Meet deadlines. And as far as with your brand, be authentic. It should be part of you. It should be unique, but authentic. It should be real, not something orchestrated or manufactured or like everybody's else. What makes you different? What makes your brand different? What makes it stand out? Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
As far as branding yourself, definitely being original and passionate. If you're not passionate about your work, why should anyone else give a crap about what you're doing? So definitely having that passion for whatever you're doing. And as far as remaining credible and having that credibility, I keep saying know your worth, but I feel like that basically speaks for itself. Just knowing what you're capable of doing, always following up, being diligent, and to agree with Jenny, you know, showing up on time, being the best with everything that you put out, just giving it your all, 110%, not even 100, go above and beyond at all times.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Any more questions? I know you have
Don't
some.
be afraid. We're not up here for no reason.
Any questions about, it may not be that your field of interest, it may not be in the communications realm, it may just be about being an African-American woman in any industry and how you establish a sense of respect from peers or colleagues and anything. So maybe you guys want to hit on that, how did you become respected and taken seriously as an African-American woman?
For me, keeping in the back of my mind that there's a time and place for everything, I think that's very important. Definitely knowing that there's a time to be social and go out, but then again, when it's time to get to work, you get to work and you get it done. So I think definitely keeping that in your mind will lead you to success.
You can answer her. I was just gonna say I always try to be professional, but on top of my work, and as to gain respect, I always respect others. They know they can count on me. I'm someone people can depend on, and that means a lot in any industry. One thing I've noticed throughout my career is that there's a lot more people that don't work than people that do. There's a lot more people that don't put in the work than people that actually do. So when you even do a little bit, it stands out, it matters, people take notice. All those little nuances, if you step it up and you show that you're giving your all, people notice, someone will take note. So always put in your all because someone is watching.
Now we have y'all just said something that made me stand up, so let's ask this young lady first. What's your question?
My question was actually very similar to what you asked. I was already getting up, so. I can kind of rephrase it though. I wanted to originally ask about both of you being young in your industries, well, young and black in your industries, but we can actually rephrase it and ask, have you run into any issues trying to break through, considering that you're younger? Because there's a lot of people who've been doing this for years, and you guys are kind of just getting in the game with, well, I know you with PR and then with the event management.
For me, the trajectory of my career has changed many times because like she said, I know my worth. So if I'm at a position where I don't feel there's no room for advancement for me, there's no movement, I will politely move on. What was that?
Hey.
I'm sorry?
No, I was saying that's me.
Yeah. Yeah, so, I don't let people comment. I come in office, people are like, oh, I like your hair, you changed it. I don't want to talk about that. What are we doing today? What's going on today? What can we get done? What can I help you with? Like you said, it's always the time to be social, but it's also time to be about your business. And even as a young woman, I'm always about my business first. And I don't hang out with my coworkers. To an extent. Let me actually rephrase that. Hang out with your coworkers, socialize, make those friends because that's how you build your network, but keep it appropriate. You know your homegirls you know what you do with your homegirls, and you know what you do with your coworkers. There's a difference. And just be mindful of that.
Wow, I'm trying to think of how to answer that question after that now. Because Janae, she touched on a lot of key points.
We can open it up for another person to have an opportunity to ask a question, so then we can,
That's fine.
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
My question was, what would you say to yourself when you were just starting out? If there were some things you would change or what you did in the beginning, or if you had advice for yourself and you could look back through time and truly different when you started out?
For me, if I could talk to myself a year ago, I would say to get my priorities in check and to be patient. Always stay humble and remain humble. And to not over-criticize yourself if things don't go 100% your way. Because you can, as much as you try to control everything, life happens. So learning to be able to be resilient. That's a key word that I keep in my mind. Just staying resilient. When things happen, learn how to fall back from it, but come back even stronger than previously. Does that answer your question?
Yes, it does. Thank you.
Okay.
Hi, my question is, what advice do you have for students as far as being able to time manage and wanting to build your brand? Because in college, I find it difficult to have time to build myself, looking towards my future, and struggle with balancing schoolwork and being involved. So what advice do you have?
I love that question because that was me, like my junior year. Definitely, well, depending on your schedule, everyone is different. Some people have extracurricular activities, some people have their own personal hobbies. Get your work done first. I'm telling you, whether if it's a project, just make sure that your work is done so you can play 10 times harder than all of the work that you've just done. As far as branding yourself, pick a day out of the week, whether if it's an hour, 10 minutes, 45 minutes, pick a day that you consistently can stick with and just cater to yourself. Whether if you want to brainstorm or of the week, like, oh, what do I want to do this week? How should I change something or improve on something? Just try to build a consistent schedule that doesn't interfere with your work or any other extracurricular activities, but making sure that you still cater to yourself. Because if you're not happy, that's never good. So I would definitely try to make sure that you still cater to yourself, have a consistent schedule, but always make sure that at the end of the day, before you go out and do anything, that your work is done.
I would say just stay organized. This day and age, we have apps and all types of things that can keep us organized. Me, I'm traditional. I keep a notebook and a pen. I like something tangible to write my things in, to separate it, to look at what I need to do, to cross things out, to quickly scratch it out. This has been done. That keeps me organized. But, you know, it's different keeping notes in your phone because you can get so easily distracted. Next thing you know, you're on Instagram or you're on Facebook. For me, that's why it's a trap. But that's why I keep a notebook handy. That's what's in my purse.
Oh, you dedicated. She must be listening. Got it. Thank you.
Hi, my question's for Janae. I know you said that you were an English history major, I believe, and now you're working in TV. I'm personally a bio major and don't want to do anything and not feel anything. So how did you know what you're in right now was for you?
I don't know if it's for me.
Okay.
I don't know. But I just follow the path that I've been led on, and I keep who I am consistent. I do what I need to do. I work hard, and then opportunities just happen. They open up. They come to you. You're a bio major now, but maybe at your internship, you'll meet a woman who you'll stay connected with for the next 3 years, and she'll call you a year from now with a great opportunity that you might give a chance. Or maybe you're in a room like this and you meet someone who leads you to your next opportunity. You never know. Stick to what you're doing because that's where you're at. But don't be afraid to do things outside the box and do things in other fields and industries. But that's the great thing of internships and volunteering and community service. You get to try other things in the meantime.
Thank you. You're welcome.
I have a question about self-worth because I know that it's been brought up a lot. But I want to know, how do you actually evaluate it realistically? Even if you've been knocked down or stuff, how do you make sure you keep what your self-worth is what it actually is?
She's preparing us for finals. That's tough.
Critical thinking currently happening right now. I would say, I can't really remember who touched on it. I think it might have been Dr. Ross. Just self-affirmation. Yes. It's just speaking to yourself, telling yourself, I am great, I am this is me, I'm greatness. If you implement that in your brain and in the inside, it will definitely outshine you on the outside. And as far as being able to do it realistically, in front of you and being able to say it and do it, you can do that on the day-to-day basis. If you're saying, I'm greatness, I'm the boss, this is me, have a little self-evaluation at the end of the day. Did I do everything that I wanted to accomplish today? If the answer is no, it's okay, because tomorrow's a new day. You can start all over again. If you accomplished everything, you can go to bed happy at night.
I definitely agree with the affirmations and just speaking positive to yourself. It means a lot. Energy is a lot. Energy is real. So you have to be positive with yourself, and happiness is not a chore or a job. but it's an intentional thing. You have to want to be happy. You have to try to be happy. You have to, you have to put in that work. So speak to yourself, be positive, and remember those small things that keep you happy, like family. When I get down, or I'm feeling down on myself, I think about my family and my mother and my cousins and all of them, those people that support me and look up to me. That makes me happy because I'm not living this life just for myself.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's huge. That's huge. The support system. And that's why it really is important now. We're here, literally, this is an extension of support. You ladies coming back, Sankofa really, of course, a lot of Howard students, we learn about Sankofa coming back and extending yourself to your sisters, to your fellow queens. So really, thank you for that. And you already went there about what is in your purse. So we're going to get there the last time in this line. What is in your purse?
MAC Ample Lip Gloss, my fave.
Okay.
I also keep a backup at home because I always lose it. And I have my notebook. It's usually bedazzled. My pen is usually bedazzled. And a charger for my phone. And my phone, obviously.
For me, my favorite color is purple. I have a purple notebook. Everything is purple themed.
We got you
Yes,
here.
when I saw this, I fell in love. But definitely a notebook, something to write with. My phone, like if I don't have my notebook with me, then my calendar is like the next best thing for me on my phone. Gum or mint, can't have stink breath. That's not cute. Definitely lipstick, chapstick, lip gloss, phone charger, and lotion. I don't like to be ashy. I know that everybody else takes it, and I always keep lotion with me as well. And sometimes snacks too, because I get hungry like a lot. I might be small to you all, but to me, I eat a lot.
Girl,
So, yes, I remember one time I went to the dentist, getting, routine cleaning. And I know that I wasn't like supposed to eat, within 2 hours or 3 hours or whatever the time span was. And I went right to Burger King, got me a nice little chicken sandwich, and I threw it right in my purse until
You ready to risk it all.
Yes,
Risk it all for the meal.
I was. So I am that person. If you need something, whether if it's a brush, piece of food, something to wipe your nose with, I have it. My bag is like my everything. So I have a lot of
And floss.
Ooh, floss.
Yes. It'll save you a lot of money. That's my last note. Floss will save you a lot of money in the dentist.
Yes.
Got it. Last question, because you said ashes. How do you feel about the Snapchat filter that puts the lips on you? And a lot of black people, they think their lips look ashy. Do you use
It
that?
does.
It does? Okay, okay, so that's what it is. You think so too?
I think so.
Well, thank you ladies so much. Thank you for it. Thank you. So that was our final panel. So we'll be moving towards the conclusion of the program, reminding you guys to, get in the competition for these bundles because we got them. So they gotta get y'all to apply for that.
Yeah.
Oh. It's okay. It's okay. It's always tomorrow. Like you said, it's always tomorrow. But make sure that y'all apply, and we'll be coming to you guys with the conclusion of the program. DJ, we got some tunes for us to listen to. So now I will be coming out now are some of the directors of What's in Your Purse, and they will be giving away some things. Get excited, y'all.